Kryptonian from Krypton was heading to planet Earth with great speed from his home planet, but he had no control over his speed. Once he landed onto Earth, he unfortunately landed on this type of plant and slowly fell off it and onto his face. Slowly, Superman gets up and sits pondering, where has he landed? Superman sees this machine man approaching him, and his name is Iron Man, and was asked who he was. Superman answered with his full name, Kal-El, but goes by Superman, and that he came from his home planet Krypton, and that was unfortunately destroyed and landed on this unknown planet. Iron Man can see that there was good in this man or alien and gladly told Superman that this was his home planet, planet Earth. Earth has a biodiversity. Superman asked what biomes are, and Iron Man tells him that biomes are complex biotic community characterized by distinctive plants and animal species that maintain under climatic conditions of the region. There are 5 major categories of biomes on Earth: desert, aquatic, forest, grassland, and tundra. And within these biomes, there is sub-biomes. But Iron Man just wants to focus only on 2 biomes to show Superman. The first biome Iron Man first presents to Superman is the forest biome, specifically the temperate forest as an example. Iron Man told Superman that on this planet, the goal is survival, so that the body can grow and reproduce. To reach this goal, organisms require water, food, oxygen, heat, and pressure. Above Superman and Iron Man is another superhero that was willing to help Superman to learn about this planet. Hawkeye tells Superman that these biomes are connected by the global carbon cycle, the uptake and release of CO2 by living things, whereas photosynthesis fixes the CO2, where the CO2 removed from the atmosphere and traps in the solid form, where the productivity is the amount of CO2 fixed into organic solid carbon. Hawkeye then shows something more complex, from the seedless vascular plant to the vascular seed plants, and one of them are the gymnosperms, which are the non-flowering naked seeds, and where the seeds don't develop in plant ovary as they do in flowering plants, but rather on the surface of the reproductive structure. Hawkeye shows an example of a phylum Psychotophyta. This seed planet is characterized by a stout and woody trunk with a crown of large, hard, and stiff evergreen plant. Inside this grand plant has a cone called a strobilus, which is a branch tip specialized for reproduction. These cycads are naked seeded, meaning that they're unfertilized seeds and are open to the air to directly fertilized by pollination. Well, angion is container and sperm means seed. Therefore, this advanced transport tissue plant has protected seeds inside the fruit. Cool, right? Flowers have these male parts that are tips of, which contains the microspongia, male sperm, then produce microspores and whoa, grows into pollen grains housing male gametophyte. While for the female parts, there is a base of carpel, which is an ovary, protective structure that contains oval. But then inside each oval are megaspores that grows into female gametophyte. Pretty cool. You see that bee though? Yeah, that would be considered co-evolution between angiosperms and their animal pollinator. The animal gets a reward of sugary energy-rich nectar. The plant attaches of dust onto the animal with pollen, which would then be transferred to the next flower. Oh, co-evolution. It's pretty cool. Remember, flowers and pollination syndromes within angiosperms are more efficient reproduction, deliverance of their pollen to eggs of their own species. As Iron Man and Superman are on their way to the depths of the third and last biome, they meet the King of Atlantis, Aquaman. Aquaman told Superman that the aquatic biome is definitely the largest biome out here. Just like all the other biomes, the aquatic biome can be divided into 2 categories: freshwater regions and saltwater regions. But one of the tough yet beautiful organisms is in the class of the Cnidarians, and they are the Cubozoa and Scyphozoa. They both contain jellyfish, and their tentacles are extremely venomous and can be remarkably painful. Jellyfish umbrella-shaped bell pulsates for locomotion, while their stinging tentacles can be used to capture prey. While the jellyfish swims away, Superman turns around and his strong eyesight sees these wandering organisms, and Aquaman informs him that these wandering algae are actually phytoplankton. They're single-cell photosynthesizers that fix the CO2. They account for half of the global primary productivity, which are the amount of fixed CO2 within the atmosphere. Cool thing is that all the biomes are connected to the global carbon cycle, which photosynthesis and respiration drive the exchange of the CO2 between the biosphere and the atmosphere. Sea anemones are a terrestrial flower that is in the phylum Cnidaria, where they form a symbiotic relationship relationship with these cool single-cell dinoflagellate and the zooantheria that live within their cells. These sea anemones are so cool because they bear rings of stinging tentacles around the mouth, so whenever there are other organisms touching the tentacles, there is pain inflicted onto them. But there are these clownfishes that share a symbiosis where the fish borrows some mucus from the anemone tentacles so it does not get stung. How remarkable is that? Coevolution. As the superheroes have shown Superman the biodiversity of the planet's powers actually rely on the ability to absorb and metabolize solar energy from the Earth's sun. His Kryptonian body is a living solar battery that absorbs solar energies and convert them to fuel his power. Similar, he is with the organisms that uses and gains from photosynthesis and those cool energy chloroplasts.